What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Rewind Theater for Doomsday versus Shazam in Injustice, Gods Among Us.
It's so cool to see him.
I haven't introduced you yet. This is Greg Miller alongside the Pride of the Sunset, Destin Legary.
I'm Destin Legary.
Hey, Destin, how are you? So yeah, brand new trailer here, and it's got none other than Doomsday fighting Billy Batson. There he is, Captain
He
Marvel.
fights this little boy and beats him.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure if you're watching at this point, you know that, of course, Billy Batson, is Shazam, Captain Marvel, formerly Captain Marvel. When they rebooted the New 52, they changed him over to Shazam there, which is kind of a cop-out.
Yeah. Well, Captain Marvel has been so confusing with Marvel versus DC.
But I thought at this point we had it. Maybe we should just go. And then, of course, Doomsday.
Yeah.
The monster that killed Superman. Give me the origin story real quick of Doomsday.
The origin story?
Yeah.
I don't know the origin story.
The origin story,
I know
of course,
in the Death of Superman, he was like an alien that was encapsulated in a thing, and then, then he crashed on Earth.
Yeah. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, Doomsday, of course. I'm sure everybody knows this watching this. Doomsday from Krypton as well. Prehistoric Krypton. They had it was so unforgiving an environment. This dude kept making clone babies and sending them to the surface, and they'd immediately get killed, and then he'd take their data and then make another clone with the memories and stuff, so to make the ultimate killing machine that is Doomsday, who eventually came to Earth and killed Superman. Yes. Interestingly enough, I don't think he's been introduced in the New 52 yet.
No?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. So I was looking around online today. I haven't been able to figure out if he has. Maybe he has. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen him in. I mean, I'm mainly reading the Bat books in New 52.
Yeah.
The Superman books are terrible.
Oh, really?
Just awful. Even Supergirl, which is insane. I'm getting off track. So what's interesting? Well, the biggest thing for me, Destin, is that they are fighting here, and we saw them break out of it a second ago into the streets. Yeah. But what they're in here is this is a museum.
This is awesome.
This is like a Superman Metropolis museum, and it actually explains some things. Back
in the background, it actually says exactly what it is.
Exactly. Well, if you remember back in the old trailers, right? We were watching this, and I thought maybe we were on New Genesis because like the city looks so different. It looks alien. It looks Kryptonian almost.
Yeah.
And then you go back here. And as they fight, you see this rolling ticker back there. Rolling ticker says, in full, experience the relics of our old city and relive the history of our hero's triumph over evil and how he reshaped our beloved city to new heights of glory. So yeah, Metropolis was destroyed, and then Superman rebuilt it. So we have that coming. And if you want to know how I know Metropolis was destroyed,
well, the comic first of all.
We haven't had it destroyed yet in the comic, though, have we?
Yeah, no, it's blown up.
Really? When did it happen in the comic? I'm reading the comic. I love the comic, but I don't know.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe Superman just lost his stuff.
Well, yeah, he lost his mind when Lois got
killed. In the last
rewind,
rewind, we saw it was blowing up.
Well, if you also, gosh darn it, we got different. Oh, here we go. Go to 38. There you go, right there. Over here we have The Darkest Day, an atom bomb going off. Gotham Gazette, it looks like, reporting on, Metropolis getting nuked. You look at there, you have Superman's you'd imagine
old
suit
school
from that day. You see it's all tattered. The cape's in tatters. He's got all these holes on it. He was there, obviously, when everything went to hell. But, so yeah, we have this museum basically honoring all these different parts of what happened in the build-up to it. Again, we're going to ruin the comic. A lot of people yell at us for this for some reason.
Oh.
In Injustice, which is the setup to the Injustice Gods Among Us game. It's going on right now, weekly on Tuesdays. Really, really good. Best book, I think, going right now in the DC universe.
I think they're going to do 10 and then let the game take over.
Oh, really? Is that what it is? Oh, man.
I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've announced that. We just haven't looked into it. But in the latest issue that came out on Tuesday, Wonder Woman stabs Ares, cuts off Ares' hand, the god of war, then stabs him through the spine. I imagine that's the blade we're seeing over there on Billy's right, to the right side of the screen. Yeah. You have Billy there with a sword.
Billy's left.
If you go to the left side of the screen there's a rocket launcher. We'll eventually see that it says bang on it. A Joker call out, of course. But there's a whole bunch of cool stuff back here. Let's jump a little bit further here.
God, Doomsday. I'm so happy to see him in the game. I really want to play as him.
You think he's going to be cool?
Big tank, and he's fast. He's really, really fast.
Right over here, if you look to the left again, we have a hat, the Daily Planet building. When Lois dies in the comics, Superman kind of casts all his Clark Kent shit aside.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, no more, man. I'm
done. I rule this planet.
Everything I can. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I imagine that, it's now known that he was Clark Kent. That's Clark Kent's hand. It looks like a little bit over to the right there. We have what looks to be a sunstone, maybe a Kryptonian crystal there. And then we have this head bust over here. I've gone from a different angle a few times. You'll see it a few more. I can't tell if I thought maybe it's Perry White.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Jor-El. It could be all these different things that Superman's calling in. If we keep going a little bit further, there's even more stuff, though. Ticker going at all times. Superman. You saw a car over there hanging from the ceiling. That'll become important here in a second, actually.
Well, it's important to comics in general. Chris.
Well, it's funny because it's relics of our old city, right? So there's this thing. And Destin, what's the deal with the car?
Well, the car, in the first appearance of Superman, on the cover of that issue, he is lifting that car, and
smashing it into a rock. Yeah, Action Comics #1 when he has the guys running off, famously holding his head, and then Shazam actually does it right there.
You go.
Like, that's the interactive move of the
that's so
every
great.
there's an interactive move in every Injustice thing that you get to do. A few actually are able to do that. But so it's finally fascinating to know a little bit more about what's happening. Maybe you're right. Maybe we did know that Metropolis was already destroyed. I didn't know. I think that's still coming in the comics. Did you know it in the?
Well, we've seen it in the rewinds and in the trailers and stuff. That's why we.
Okay. I didn't know that had been confirmed. Over there, it's a piece of building with Joker's image on it. It says "Smile" written blood or paint or whatever.
Yeah.
Again, Joker kind of the cause of all this. He kills Lois Lane, sends Superman over the edge. Superman kills Joker, and then we get going. So yeah, we bounce around here. Here's the rocket launcher I was talking about. It says "bang" again. My immediate reaction, Destin was here while I was scrolling through. I thought maybe it was a reference, a little tongue-in-cheek to the original DC Universe Online trailer. If you remember, Harley holds Mr. J while Mr. J shoots a rocket out there. I went back. I couldn't find that rocket launcher said "bang" on it, but I think we've seen images of Joker written with "bang" on it before. Yeah, stuff like that.
I like how Doomsday just like crushes it into a little ball,
and
then throws it. That's so awesome.
And so then you have in the background some of the Justice stuff, a clock face probably from a clock tower in Metropolis. More Kryptonian crystals here. Again, it looks pretty clear that Superman's rebuilt the city in Krypton's image. Probably maybe brought some sunstones in here from his fortress to rebuild.
And now they're going outside.
There you go. This looks painful.
Not for Doomsday.
And like, see, even that's so Kryptonian, right? It's kind of like Raven. That's so Raven. That's so Kryptonian. Having all those crystals there.
Speaking of Raven.
Oh yeah, Raven got revealed today too.
Today.
Hopefully we'll have that trailer up soon. We're trying to track that guy down. And then out here it's mainly just fighting, which, as you know from watching Rewind Theaters, ladies and gentlemen, we don't really care about that. Yeah. We're here for all the goofy ass references to different comics and stuff.
Yeah, all the nods and just fan treatment. Fan service. It's all fan service, and it's awesome that they're doing this.
Have you been reading any of the Shazam stuff from New 52?
No.
I haven't read that much either, but I caught Jeff Johns on Fat Man on Batman, Kevin Smith's podcast, and listened to him, and they did a whole segment about the new Billy Batson, how he's this orphan, but he's not a heart of gold guy, that he is this kid who's like street smart, and he'll steal from you, he'll trick you, he'll do all these things, and how the Wizard's been looking for eons for somebody to fill the role since Black Adam's gone rogue.
And Doomsday's going to punch him through the earth.
I've always wondered, this is always one of my things when I was a kid. It was like, I understand that it could never happen, but if I could drill through the earth to the other side, at what point would I just be in constant free fall? Because the earth's rotating, so if I got to a section I was going, what would happen?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Who knows?
Doomsday talk there. A couple kids in the trailer comments about this were like, why is Doomsday talking? He can talk now? Yeah, as Doomsday's character has evolved over time, one of the things he's been able to do is talk. You want to hear a theory I have right now?
Okay.
My theory after seeing this screen here is that this is how they introduced Doomsday to the game. Metropolis is destroyed. Someone had Doomsday in containment.
And he gets out.
And he gets out now. And it's kind of like, this is kind of like, oh, no. Oh, no, Beta. And then, you get to play as him and go out there and destroy stuff.
Cool.
But yeah, Doomsday, of course, she's changed a lot since Superman 75 when he killed Man of Steel. He can talk now. He basically evolves every time you fight him. If you beat him one way, the idea is that he can't be beat that way again. He's going to eventually, be around it. So
and
right
no one's
now,
ever
he can
killed him, right?
He can never, well, arguably. I mean, like Superman killed him, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Knocked him out really hard, I guess. And then
Yeah.
Lex put him on a rock, and that launched him into space. But then he was laughing. If we could stop space from being a place no one could hear you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the gist of what's happening here. You saw another Superman suit there in the back, too, next to the Darkest Day one, but I can't get a good read on what exactly that. Again, we have...
There's a Joker
one.
Yeah,
it's the Joker outfit over there, Joker's face. I don't know if that's when... It says Joker maybe defeated. I can't... It's kind of...
Murdered.
Murdered? All right, there you go then. That's the suit he was wearing when Superman murdered him.
I'm guessing murdered.
I love that Superman doesn't shy away from it now that he's just badass.
Maybe... Well... I don't know if that's what it says. It's pretty blurry.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're aware it says something back there, but this whole thing is like Superman not shying away from what made him take over the planet and set the injustice in motion. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Rewind Theater for Captain Marvel / Shazam versus Doomsday. Destin, thanks so much for joining me.
I am hyped for this game, Greg. Thank you for having me.
Destin, we're going to be rewinding all sorts of crazy stuff when it comes, and it's got cool stuff in it. But if you want to know everything about Injustice, comics, and cool stuff, where would you go?
IGN.
Thank you. Yeah.